Good morning.
Welcome, everyone. We'll go ahead and get started here. I am Sarah Hayden, President of Great Bend Economic Development, and first of all, I just want to welcome you all out here to KMW Loaders. Thank you so much for coming and being a part of this exciting apprenticeship launch. So I'm sure many of you came out thinking, I don't really know what this is, but it was publicized, so I'll be there to help and support. So we want to tell you a little bit more about that today. But first, I thought I'd just run through a little bit about what to expect this morning. There are donuts and water over there, so please feel free to help yourself. They're daylight donuts and they're wonderful. Some of our KMW guys got us started there, so they have given their stamp of approval. I will speak to you just for a quick moment, and then I'll start to pass this off to some of our partners so you can hear how this all came full circle. So you'll hear from Barton Community College, Hamilton-Ryker, and then of course our team right here at KMW Loaders. Who I just told, and I mean this wholeheartedly, have become like the poster child for apprenticeship in general, and you will hear why soon. But first, I just want to talk a little bit about what is apprenticeship and why are we championing this so hard right now. It's not a secret to anybody. Workforce is a challenge across the nation. This is not a unique problem for us. Everybody's facing the same thing. So it really got wheels turning to figure out what are the innovations, what are the things we need to have in place to know that we here in Barton County and our businesses are secured to be sustainable for the future, to keep these businesses operating at full capacity and to keep them growing and, again, sustaining our community. So apprenticeship became one of the top pieces of the conversation. It's not a new thing. But it has been challenging in the past for some employers to be able to adopt this model. It's paperwork intensive, it's time intensive, it's training intensive, but we've assembled the right team, the right partners to be able to offset some of those challenges and make this a really sustainable and thriving model to adopt for any employer. So again, apprenticeship is just that model to make sure that we have a pipeline of workforce in the future. We're taking an untrained workforce, we're starting them from the beginning, and we're helping them to grow throughout with the right trainers, the right mentors to make sure that they're successful and that they've got that extra culture piece right here at the place where they're employed. So they want to stay here and create that longevity with their employer. So without further ado, I'm going to pass this on to our partners.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Elaine Simmons, and I am the Vice President of Instruction with Barton Community College. I would also like to introduce to you my colleague, Dr. Kathy Kotis, who is our Dean of Workforce Training and Community Education. It's an exciting time, and as I mentioned to some of the gentlemen that work here, you don't get to have a party every day at work, but it is a grand celebration today. Barton Community College is not a stranger to external workforce experiences. We have a myriad of programs that offer students to go to clinicals, to go to externships, to go to internships, to go to field experiences. Those are all excellent tools. But when you start to look at the apprenticeship model, you start to really hone in on some very specific details that are important in today's workforce. You look at a model, first and foremost, that provides a map, if you will. And if we've learned anything in higher education in the past few years, our students need a map. In fact, we all need a map anymore to navigate life and to navigate your higher education experience. This model gives that map. This model gives the opportunity for mentorship. This model gives the opportunity for payment. Some of those previous work experiences I listed off, not all of those are paid. This one is. And it gives these individuals an opportunity to see where they're going, to see where they might be able to get to through that map, to be paid for that, to receive a raise for that, to have mentorships, and to have both internal and external training experiences. That external training experience is where we step in. We are no stranger also to working with business and industry. I refer to myself as the grandma anymore at the college because I've been there nearly 38 years. But I can tell you in the 38 years of my career life at the college has always been involved with business and industry training. This opportunity is a newer opportunity to sit down with employers and to talk about what their needs are. And obviously, what are their needs? They need a workforce. When we spoke earlier this morning, we talked a lot about recruitment and retention. When Stan and I had a conversation, he's absolutely right. Recruitment is necessary, but retention is where it's at. Because the cost of not being able to retain a new hire is far more costly than the cost of trying to recruit them in. The college faces the same obstacles we as an employer have lots of openings and lots of new folks coming in and trying to retain them. So we are excited to sit down yet with another partner. Partnerships is an important part of our existence. We have over 1,000 partnerships, 700 of those are unique, and the number 1 and 2 roles of partnerships are external work experiences and advisory boards. So this fits nicely into what we come to do every day, and we're very excited to partner with you folks and to sit down and see where we can fit into this puzzle and provide the training that's necessary. And with that, I have been asked to hand off a microphone.
Good morning. I'm Lana Gordon, and I am with Hamilton-Ryker, the TalentGro division, and we are serving as an intermediary for KMW in the apprenticeship program. And an intermediary, it's a big word and it's a complicated word. Basically, it means we take care of all the paperwork and you know, all the filings, all the hard stuff. We help get the company ready. We've been working with Mike and Duke and Jonna and Roger on getting ready to roll out the apprenticeship program, and I'm very excited to be here today. I actually live in Topeka. I've lived in Kansas most all my life, and have worked in the, you know, kind of been very interested in workforce development for a long, long time and in trying to grow our Kansas economy. And the opportunity of being involved with the Kansas State Expansion Grant was a great opportunity for me. Hamilton-Ryker is a large company that has all sorts of workforce solutions, and among them we have this focus in our TalentGro on apprenticeship. And we work in 27 states currently on different grants, and in addition to that we work closely with military and all sorts of grants. So we have a lot of opportunities that we also bring with us in addition to the Kansas opportunities, and we're very excited to share those. And as I was telling Mike and Jonah and Duke and Roger yesterday, I told them that they're pioneers right now. They're going to be like the first in the area. And I also want to thank Sarah Hayden, because Sarah, she is a true gem for your community. She is, you know, she is wonderful to work with, and you know, I just can watch her even from afar and see the things that she is doing to help your community grow, help make your businesses stronger. And really, she is a great driving force to this, and it'd be difficult for me to even navigate through some of this without her assistance, without her connections and her partnership. We've also been working with Barton County in partnership on some apprenticeship projects as well, because they can provide some of the training needs. So it's great to be able to bring in a lot of those collaborations, because apprenticeship is sort of a complicated thing, and it takes a lot. I hate to use that old term, it takes a village, but I think that describes it kind of well. And like I say, KMW is a pioneer. I'm kind of a pioneer to this work. Although I'm familiar with it, I'm familiar with the issues. I've been a former business owner. I understand how difficult it is to find employees, and in today's economy even worse, and there's not a business that's not experiencing some of that. And so for you all to distinguish yourself in this way, to make yourself a little stand out in some way and offer something special to your employees, training and all that, will really, I think, will really reap a lot of benefits for the company and for those individuals in the growth of their skills and so forth, and hopefully retain them for a long time. And I think overall, you know, I also in past life served in the legislature, that we were always talking about trying to keep our kids in our hometowns instead of sending them off to another state, you know. So I know that's, you know, kind of in everybody's mind. You know, my kids have all left the state, and that breaks my heart. But so I'm working on this, hoping that we can keep more kids in our own state, and anyway, keep growing. But anyway, thank you all. I appreciate the opportunity to be here. I'm excited for you all to get started on your program. It's very exciting to hear that you have so many that are interested and you're going to have to figure out how to do this, because you've got such great interest, and I think your enthusiasm is catching, and that's wonderful. So keep it up, and know that I'm here, that Hamilton-Ryker's here to help you along the way, and if I don't know the answers, I'll help figure it out. So thank you.
I just want to thank everybody for coming today. This is a good opportunity for us in that, and continuing to grow our business. We started as a company back in 1965 under the name of ARC Manufacturing, and started building header carts and packers at that time, developed into loaders, and have continued to grow over the years. We're a specialist, and we build a lot of loaders both for end users in the marketplace direct as well as through OEM customers. And our business has expanded from that 1965 humble origin and a small shop in that with very few people into something that now we're employing almost 250 people. So as we've continued to grow, the demands to support that growth have been very heavy and continuing to be tougher in that as the years go along, as far as finding enough good people in that to be able to support that growth and to be able to facilitate the additional business that we seem to be enjoying in that along this time. We've made strong investments in equipment. We spent millions of dollars in equipment over the last few years to be able to subsidize and support that growth that we've been experiencing. Along with that comes the need for people in that, and no business operates without good people to support it. And we've been very lucky that we have a good core of people in that have been with us for many, many years, and that are the backbone of the company. But beyond them, they've also been very helpful in helping us onboard additional new people that we need to generate the additional product out to be able to keep the growth going. So it's been a very good experience that way. We have other partners that have helped us recruit individuals outside our company, and that has been crucial as well in the growth. But as everybody knows, this last year and a half in particular have been very tough on finding additional people to be able to bring on board and to help keep the growth going. The apprenticeship program is a unique opportunity for us to work with others to help build the business and keep the growth going. We've worked with the state on other projects and other staffing programs as well to be able to, again, continue the growth that we've been able to experience and look forward to strong continued growth into the future. So that being said, we'd like to thank, again, our partners working with us on this project, as well as our team members and stuff that have gotten us here. And we look forward to continuing to grow that and promote from within and develop the company for long into the future. Thank you.
All right. With that, you've heard from all the partners. I would love to open it up for questions, but before I do that, they didn't brag on themselves quite enough, so I want to do that just a little bit. Some of you may have noticed when you were coming in that we were doing a fun little signing over here. So KMW, of course, is launching this apprenticeship program today. They've already got 3 that just signed on for this apprenticeship program, and Mike and Jonna, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe there's about 10 in total that are ready to get going and growing. So Jonna was expressing to me this morning, we're going to have to create an apprenticeship wait list. What an exciting problem to have. So when I say that they really are the poster child for this program and utilizing it in the right ways for growth for themselves and for Barton County, we're just so impressed and proud with that. So with that, I would love to open it up for questions.
Actually, we have a number of different components going into that. Weld has been the most popular portion so far on the people that have signed up for the program. There's also fabrication in that. To be able to weld things, you need to be able to cut them and create them in the first place. So we've had also some different things from an assembly and a materials management standpoint. People have had an interest in that as well, because again, you have to have the right pieces in the right places to be able to have the right product coming out. So we've been blessed in the fact that we've had kind of a broad range of people interested in different aspects of it. But weld by far has been the highest interest so far.
So painting is also part of that? Powder coating, painting the finished product?
I believe that it's coming. We haven't launched that part yet.
Oh, okay.
So it's a good question. You're just a little bit ahead.
Interested in commercial painting like that when it comes to metal products.
We can create apprenticeships to
Oh, very
go along
good.
with it.
Yes, okay, thank you.
Yep. we're just getting started. I mean, the folks we're working with have been great to help get this all going. We thought there would have some limited interest getting going, but like we've seen, it's been much more than what we initially thought it would be. So trying to get the mentors coordinated and to match the demand and everything is going to be a fun experience. Yes?
So has the interest been both from within and outside the company, or both?
Primarily within at this point, in that, yeah, we haven't really promoted it outside the company much yet, because this is basically our official launch on it, but the employee people that we've mentioned it to or that know about it have had an interest in it. So again, we've had really good uptake just with our own internal people already in that. So we've been developing as we continue to grow, welders and that in particular, and fab people, and developing their skills as they come on board to make them able to continue the growth that we've been seeing. This is going to give more form and function to that project as well as giving the people that we're training something to show for it, a tangible certificate as such, and at completion of it. So again, a lot of value added to it, and that just takes us to the next level on what we've been able to do that way.
I'd love to follow up to John's question just a little bit on that, just to kind of give you guys a little bit of the background on the structure of this. So to create each of these apprenticeships, they have to have mentors in place that will help to guide this new apprentice through the entire program. So each new area that they dive into, I guess we'll say, each new apprenticeship takes a whole new model and a whole new approach. So they build each of those from the ground up with the help of Hamilton-Ryker and Barton Community College. So why they say those things are coming is because now they've got a couple started, they need to get the apprentices and the mentors for the next steps. So that's kind of how that works. Elaine briefly mentioned it, and so did Lana, but there is funding attached to these apprenticeship programs. So at the state and federal level, there are different funding sources that can help businesses to undergo these apprenticeships at little to no cost to them, as well as mentorship trainings, all kinds of resources and things to partner up with that. So if there are no more questions, the last thing I want to end with is, again, Great Bend Economic Development is just so pleased to be able to champion apprenticeship and make sure that this is a model that we can really adopt and, again, champion for the rest of our employers in Barton County. So we've created a recognition or an award. So I would love my KMW folks to come up here, Wayne, Jonna, Mike, to offer you the Apprenticeship Champion recognition. With that, they will have a fun little decal that they'll put on all of their different plants so that they are recognized as an apprenticeship champion. And then they've got a lovely yard sign that they'll put out by their sign so that anybody going by knows that they champion apprenticeship here and they have a wonderful program. So thank you all. And